Under the expansive sky of Canaan, Joseph watches over his father's sheep. The sun's golden rays bathe the landscape, yet hidden resentment stirs among Joseph's brothers. Joseph's face radiates youthful optimism, unaware of the shadows lurking nearby. The flock grazes peacefully as the simmering tensions threaten to disrupt the tranquil scene. A subtle shift in the wind hints at the storm brewing within the hearts of Joseph's kin. Flickering candlelight illuminates Jacob's humble tent, casting dancing shadows as Joseph, eyes alight with youthful fervor, begins to recount his visions. Joseph's dream, sheaves bowed. Jacob leans in, intrigued yet cautious. An interesting dream. Tell me more. Joseph continues, emboldened. I had another dream. This time, the sun, the moon, and 11 stars were bowing down to me. Jacob stern warns, what are you saying? Are your mother and I and your brothers to actually come and bow down to you? In the fields of Dothan, Joseph's brothers are grazing their flocks, their figures small against the vast landscape. A distant figure appears on the horizon, slowly resolving into Joseph's approaching form. As Joseph draws nearer, a collective anger ignites within his brothers, their expressions hardening with jealousy. The brothers begin to plot, their murmurs swirling with malice as they conspire against Joseph. Reuben steps forward, a flicker of hesitation momentarily softening his features. Reuben proposes a dark alternative. Instead of killing him, let's throw him into that pit. The brothers grab Joseph, ripping the coat of many colors from his body. They lift Joseph towards the dark void of the empty pit. Joseph plummets into the pit as his brothers cast him down. The brothers settle down, their callousness a stark contrast to Joseph's desperate cries echoing from below. Joseph's cries for help echo weakly from the pit. Under the relentless sun of Dothan, a caravan crawls across the plains, each step stirring clouds of dust. Judah emerges from the shadows of his brothers, a storm of calculation brewing behind his eyes. He casts a cold gaze towards the merchants, his mind weaving a web of cruel possibilities. Let's sell him to the merchants instead of killing him. Joseph is dragged forward, his wide eyes reflecting the terror of betrayal and impending doom. Silver exchanges hands, a transaction sealed in treachery, marking a brother's freedom bartered for greed. The brothers stand before Jacob, their faces etched with grim tidings as they present the bloodied coat. We found this. We fear a wild animal devoured him. Jacob's eyes widen in horror as he takes the garment, his fingers tracing the crimson stains. Jacob collapses, consumed by grief, rending his clothes and wrapping himself in sackcloth, mourning his lost son. Joseph enters Potiphar's grand house, apprehension shadowing his young face. In the echoing foyer, Egyptians bustle, their linen garments whispering tales of wealth and power. Joseph bows before Potiphar, his respect masking the uncertainty that churns within. Time weaves its silent thread as Joseph serves Potiphar, his loyalty unwavering, his diligence unmatched. With remarkable skill, Joseph manages the household, earning Potiphar's trust and quiet admiration. Elevated to overseer, Joseph commands respect, his presence now a beacon of authority within Potiphar's domain. In Potiphar's opulent home, his wife, adorned in rich fabrics, sets her sights on Joseph, her eyes burning with undisguised longing. She extends her hand towards him, her intentions clear, yet Joseph remains steadfast, an unyielding fortress of virtue. Joseph stands firm, his face a mask of unwavering resolve, a beacon of integrity in the face of temptation. With a step back, Joseph makes his choice, his loyalty to Potiphar shining through his every action. His refusal echoes in the room, a testament to his unshakable moral code. Each movement reinforces his unwavering dedication to honor and duty, a stark contrast to the seductive allure before him. In the heart of Potiphar's home, rage consumes Potiphar's wife, her features twisting as she prepares to falsely accuse Joseph. She levels her false accusation at Joseph, the venom in her words poisoning the air. Potiphar listens, his face hardening with disbelief and anger, his trust betrayed. Potiphar believes his wife. In a moment of irreversible decision, Potiphar's judgment seals Joseph's fate. The shadows deepen, signaling the tragic consequences of deception and misplaced trust. The heavy prison door clangs shut, sealing Joseph in a cold, echoing darkness. Shadows dance around him, revealing faces hardened by years of confinement. He stands alone, the weight of abandonment crushing his spirit in the desolate cell. In the abyss of the prison, Joseph succumbs to despair, his hope fading into the shadows. Within the stark confines of the prison, Joseph sits among the chief cupbearer and chief baker, their faces shadowed with unease. The chief cupbearer's brow furrows as he begins to recount his unsettling dream, his voice heavy with foreboding. The chief baker's eyes widen with apprehension as he shares his own disturbing vision, the weight of the unknown heavy in his tone. Joseph listens with unwavering focus, his gaze intense as he absorbs every detail of their troubled dreams. A sense of profound mystery fills the prison cell as Joseph prepares to unravel the hidden meanings behind their nocturnal visions. Later, Joseph interprets their dreams with uncanny accuracy. Within the unforgiving stone walls of the prison, Joseph speaks with an unwavering certainty, his words painting vivid pictures of a world beyond. "You will be restored to your position. Remember me to Pharaoh," Joseph declares, his voice echoing with conviction. The cupbearer listens, his eyes reflecting a fragile hope, clinging to Joseph's every word. Joseph turns his gaze towards the baker, his tone shifting. "You will be executed." The baker remains rigid, his face drained of color, as Joseph's prophecy seals his grim fate. Joseph stands resolute, amidst the stark reality of the prison, his words hanging heavy in the air, shaping the destinies of those around him. 2 years drift by in the grand palace, where Pharaoh sits on his throne, shadowed by a disturbing dream. Amid the concerned courtiers, a cupbearer remembers past offenses and whispers, "Your Majesty, I remember my offenses today." He continues, "There is a Hebrew man, a servant in the prison, who can interpret dreams." The cupbearer recalls, "Each of us had a dream the same night, and each dream had a meaning of its own." From the bowels of the dungeon, Joseph is dragged into the blinding light, a prisoner of fate. His eyes struggle to adjust as he's wrenched from the darkness. Stripped of his grime and despair, Joseph undergoes a transformation, a glimmer of his former self returning. Clothed anew, the regal air returns, hinting at the noble spirit within. The light catches Joseph, revealing a figure reborn, almost regal in bearing. In the opulent throne room, Joseph stands before Pharaoh, sunlight highlighting the dust motes dancing in the air. Pharaoh, draped in royal garments, begins to recount his unsettling dream, his voice echoing through the chamber. Pharaoh recounts his dream, 7 healthy cows being devoured by 7 gaunt cows. The unsettling images continue to unfold, 7 full ears of grain being swallowed by 7 thin ears. Joseph remains attentive, his gaze unwavering as Pharaoh completes the chilling narration. In the radiant throne room, Joseph stands before Pharaoh, his posture reflecting unwavering respect. Joseph's voice resonates with grave prophecy. "The dream, Your Majesty, speaks of 2 periods. 7 years of great abundance will bless the land of Egypt." He continues, "But these will be followed by 7 years of devastating famine, so severe that the memory of the good years will be erased." Joseph advises with urgency, "Therefore, I advise you, Your Majesty, to seek out a wise and discerning man and set him in charge of the land." He concludes with a plan to save the kingdom. "Let him appoint officials to collect 1/5 of the harvest during the plentiful years and store it in granaries, so that the land will not perish during the famine." In the opulent throne room, Pharaoh, seated regally, surveys Joseph with newfound respect, his eyes reflecting admiration. Pharaoh nods, a silent acknowledgement of Joseph's wisdom, signaling a momentous decision. With a grand gesture, Pharaoh declares his decree, marking a pivotal moment in Joseph's destiny. A new chapter unfolds as Pharaoh elevates Joseph to second in command, entrusting him with Egypt's future. Pharaoh, impressed by Joseph's wisdom, appoints him as second in command over all of Egypt, granting him authority to manage the storage and distribution of food. Under the relentless Egyptian sun, the land lies parched and unforgiving, a stark testament to the famine's grip. Gaunt faces and tattered clothes mark the desperate souls trekking from distant lands, drawn by whispers of hope. They converge upon Egypt, a beacon of survival in a world consumed by scarcity. Long lines snake outside the granaries, a silent tribute to Joseph's foresight and the kingdom's enduring strength. Each step forward is a testament to the resilience of the kingdom. Joseph stands as a beacon of compassion amidst the towering sacks of grain, his brow furrowed with a deep, heartfelt concern. Sunlight filters through the warehouse, illuminating the dust and the weary faces of those seeking sustenance. He ensures that each person receives their due, a silent promise of fairness in a world of scarcity. The scent of wheat fills the air, a reminder of nature's bounty and the hope it brings to the needy. Under the relentless Canaan sun, dust devils swirl across the arid land, painting a desolate scene. Jacob stands silhouetted against the horizon, a solitary figure watching his sons embark on their journey to Egypt. Unbeknownst to Jacob, fate weaves a complex tapestry of reunion and revelation. A journey to Egypt, a twist of fate, a reunion with Joseph. The weight of unspoken history hangs heavy as Jacob watches his sons leave, unaware of the brother they betrayed. Joseph watches his brothers enter, a fleeting glimmer of recognition quickly masked by stern indifference. His eyes scrutinize them, a mask of cold judgment settling over his features as he feigns ignorance. With a voice as sharp as steel, Joseph accuses, "You are spies. I know your kind." He hardens his gaze, his tone leaving no room for argument. "If you wish to prove your innocence, you must bring your youngest brother, Benjamin, to me." The air crackles with unspoken tension as Joseph awaits their response, his true feelings hidden behind an impenetrable facade. Dim sunlight filters weakly into Jacob's tent, casting long shadows as the weary brothers gather. The brothers stand before Jacob, their voices hushed with a mixture of fear and urgency. They recount their encounter with the Egyptian official, each word heavy with unspoken dread. Jacob's heart is heavy. Jacob is reluctant to let Benjamin go, fearing for his safety. The brothers enter Joseph's office, Benjamin among them. Joseph's gaze fixes on Benjamin, and a surge of emotion crosses his face. Later, at a lavish feast, Joseph laughs with his brothers, his eyes frequently returning to Benjamin. Unbeknownst to them, Joseph instructs a servant to plant his silver cup in Benjamin's sack. Dust devils dance around the weary brothers as their caravan stutters to a halt on the road to Canaan. Guards, faces etched with suspicion, encircle the caravan, their shadows looming over the brothers. The air thickens with dread as each sack is ripped open, possessions scattered, the glint of silver sealing their fate. A collective gasp echoes as the cup is unearthed in Benjamin's sack, accusations and despair shattering their hopes of home. In a tearful embrace, Joseph welcomes his brothers, his heart overflowing with forgiveness. Pulling away, Joseph gazes at each brother, a profound forgiveness etched on his face. Joseph reveals a divine twist. "Come, bring my father and all your families to Egypt. There is plenty of land and food for everyone. You will live here, and I will provide for you." Relief washes over the brothers, their faces transformed by Joseph's magnanimous words.